Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who took me up on the last day of my 11/11 special. So for one more day, just the rest of today, my readings are $11.11, and then the price is going to double and go back up to the original price. I had a half off special for summer, and where I live, summer is ending. So hit me up by the end of the day, and I'll be able to throw your reading in too. I absolutely loved your questions. I was going to add something, but honestly, I feel like this covers it. So these are very good questions. They're very mature, and I honestly think that it's awesome that you're really trying to find balance in this area, and your questions are more about how to help your spiritual growth and everything. So I pulled all the cards for you. I'm instantly drawn to this. I'm like, what is going on here? This is such an, I've never seen this combination, and I'm actually kind of excited for it, but also I think something interesting about this, when I was tapping into your energy, I felt a lot of peace. And I'm actually like sitting here like kind of drinking it in. I just feel a lot of peace and abundance coming into your life, and I think you've done a lot of work on yourself, and I feel like this reading is being supported because the first card I drew was the Twin Flame card. Look at this. I only have one of these in the whole deck, 78 cards, and I draw this. So the question you asked for this one is, what do I need to heal in my Twin Flame connection? And the answer is I think you need to be open to seeing yourself as the beautiful person that you are. I think you're very beautiful on the inside, but also the outside, and you're not aware of it, and you're self-conscious of that. And I think you need to be aware that, you know, you are attractive and you are a catch, you know, and I think you need to really commit to this path and trust in it, and trust in the visions that you've had, you know. I think that this is a huge confirmation that you are on this path, and that you're supposed to be holding the light. I feel a lot of turmoil around you right now, and I think there's going to be a lot you're going to be called to do in your 3D world to take action in order to bring this closer. I think you're going to have to be making space for this relationship ultimately. And a lot of times you make space by letting go of people, places, and things and situations and habits and old routines that no longer serve you. So there's this light in you that's growing, and you're becoming more conscious and aware, but what's happening is you're vibrating up, you're leveling up, and what happens is a lot will fall away when you do that. So it's a really happy, exciting, beautiful time in your life, and like I said, there's a lot of peace and there's a lot of abundance, and I feel all the work you've done on yourself. But remember, as within, so without. If you change yourself on the inside, your outer world is going to change to reflect that, and it's going to be a bit chaotic sometimes on the way. So hold on to your seat. There's going to be some turbulence, you know. It's like when a plane takes off. It's smooth sailing usually once you get up there, but the first couple minutes of the flight, it's, you know, really turbulent, and you got to buckle up your seatbelt and stuff and hang on. So that's what's happening. You're going up. You're going up to a different level, and you've got to hang on. So, but there's really not a lot you're being called to do. I think that this reading's going to reveal that overall. But I think life is going to naturally take you through this course, and it's going to unite you with your twin flame. The path will reveal itself like it always does. The path will reveal itself is the message. What should you be aware of, you know, of your twin to understand him better? I think your twin is going to be teaching you a lot about receptivity and how to be open. This is interesting. It's a concept I've found myself explaining a lot more on this channel as I pull this card. Receptivity is being open. An example is when something happens in your life. Let's say you get a phone call and you find out that you lost your job or something. instead of, obviously you're going to freak out and be upset, it's going to be overwhelming, and you're going to take some time to be like, process that. But once it's processed, it's basically deciding like to open to the solution and to think, you know what, maybe this has happened for a reason, and maybe there's something else I'm supposed to be opening up to. Maybe there's some other path out there for me, and I just kind of have to move forward with that and trust that, you know? So I think that your twin has learned that and is very open to that, and it will help you to get more into that frame of mind, because I think that's where they're at. I think that they're very open person. They're very spiritual in a way. I don't know if this person would call themselves spiritual or if they subscribe to a specific religion or anything, but I just think that they have that spiritual frame of mind, and that they're not superstitious, but just a bit open to that concept of everything happens for a reason. This person has learned how to find that safety within themselves. They've learned how to trust the greater forces at work, and you know, they're comfortable traveling, they're comfortable going places, they're not easily intimidated by situations because they've found this safety and this security within themselves. And so your twin's going to be helping you pull up that inner strength. So that's fascinating. They're saying that's what you should be aware of. Be aware that this is someone that's really going to be able to meet you at the level that you're on, and actually help strengthen you and encourage you. And there's going to be some things that you bring to this relationship as well that are going to do that. But, you know, they're not wanting you to be aware of anything that's negative per se. They're just like, be aware of these amazing qualities your twin has, and start thinking about how you can get into that frame of mind to be able to meet them there. So how interesting is that? How much does your twin know about you? I feel like your twin is aware that you need this healing. And like I said, I'm feeling some energy around you. And like your twin feels that, because there's like this energetic connection, and they feel this healing that needs to happen. But I feel like that's just like kind of like they're just throwing that in there. I think there's a theme happening in your reading. I can start to see it. There's a big message coming out that it's time for you to really start healing. And we can discuss some ways to do that towards the end of the reading. Healing is a very personal thing, but I can just throw a couple things out there, see if anything jogs your mind, if you need some ideas. But I'm seeing that he knows and is aware that you're very emotional and that you're a sensitive, you know, person, and that there's a depth to you. There's a depth to you. There's also a calmness, because I'm kind of getting the whole, like, the calm in the middle of the storm thing. I feel like they do feel this calm energy coming from you, but overall, the big thing that's coming through is they're trying to stay above this connection right now and not really, like, tap into this energy so much with you, because I think they're aware of all the healing you need to do, you know? They're not, their head isn't really 100% focused on this, so it's hard for me to grab their feelings and you know, what they know about you. It's hard for me to grab that as far as like their feelings towards like what they know about you, because I'm picking up their vibes. I can kind of feel them right now, but I don't think he knows too much. I just think he might feel this energy that's coming through. Like I said, there's this energetic connection, and so what's happening around you, he feels it. Now, what does he know? So what does he know? This is such a strong person. It's so interesting. Like, I'm really feeling like all these cards I'm pulling for this person, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is like a really, I feel like I'd almost be intimidated by this person. Like it's like they're reminding me of someone. I don't know. They're centered, and they've learned how to face their fear. That's what this is talking about. This is all about facing their fear. I'm going to read this to you. Really interesting. Okay. So, a companion through life, sympathetic and understanding, leading you to a deeper awareness of what is needed to bring success to your every enterprise. Wise and witty, gentle and kindly, the queen supports you and strengthens your resolve. So this is like a card for him and like what he knows. But I'm also seeing it as his energy. You know, that really does describe him. He's very successful and enterprising, like it says. So I think that you're able to comfort him because I feel like he is really a go-getter and he's out there, like in the world, making stuff happen. Like he's a business guy. I think that he can get overwhelmed at times, and this is a really beautiful connection because you're able to be there for him and support him through that and help him stay grounded. So I feel like he knows that. He's looking for that connection. He's looking for that person that can be his support system because it's, you know, he's a strong person, and like I said, he's very open and receptive, and he's found the safety and security of home, but I feel like he needs someone else to help him support that and to help him hold that intention, you know what I'm saying? How spiritually aware is he? I mean, he's a total empath. He's very sensitive. Like I said, he's like open. I kind of explained like his mentality. And so I feel like he is a clairsentient. I have this gift, but then again, I have a lot of them. And so, but these are people who are able to feel the energy and the emotions of others. So like if someone's crying, it's going to make them want to cry, or it's going to make them really sad, and they're going to want to cheer them up. If everyone's laughing, they're going to catch on and like, you know, have that laughter too. This is going to be someone that is a natural uplifter. And it's just the vibe will get to them. So they might be sad on rainy days and super happy on sunny days. And like, so everything in their environment is going to affect them. Sound, noises, light. It's very interesting when you're clairsentient. And so I feel like they are spiritually aware. They've somehow already entered into this healing process. And it's fascinating because it seems like this person's... Oh my gosh, sorry, there's like an ad on my music. I'm like not signed into the right account. Why is Mercury retrograding right now? Can we not? Okay. Back into it. Let me just take a breath. Okay. So, I feel like this person's already pretty along in their healing. It makes me wonder what's happened to cause them to go into this, you know what I mean? Because you don't ever just like randomly start healing. There's stuff that happens that leads you here. So he's been through a lot, and so he's made it pretty far. And it could be that you're the one in the relationship who's playing the catch up. A lot of the times I see these, it's pretty typical that the guys are the ones that are the runners, the girls are the chasers, and like, you know, the women are the ones who are more spiritual and they're healing and they're doing all the light working and all that stuff, and then the guys like that's out there kind of who knows doing what. I do a lot of readings like that where I'm like, well, they haven't had their awakening yet, like they're kind of still trying to establish themselves. Like that's a common theme, but I don't know, it's not like it's backwards here because you are very spiritually aware as well, but this person is like almost on the next level. But I couldn't say that they're spiritual in like a traditional way, because you have to realize that everyone has their own unique way of understanding this world and of expressing themselves. And so for some people it's like tarot and like spirituality, and for some people it's like Christianity, and for some people it's Buddhism, and like some people don't like organized religion. Some people are atheists and they're really into like that whole concept of like the void and like nothingness, and somehow they find their way to express themselves and connect in that way. Everyone has their own way. Everyone's mind is different. Everyone's their own unique person. So I can't say that he's spiritually aware in the same way that you are, but he is, and I think, you know, he's in this journey of kind of vibrating up, and these gifts of his are causing him to really have to slow down and heal right now. I can say that. He's very much aware of this gift he has. He knows he's an empath. So that's very interesting. What will his impression of you be? So I don't think this is like a silly question at all. I think I've asked this question before, you know. So how beautiful is it that you get the sun? Look up the sun in traditional tarot. There's this website called Truly Teach Me Tarot. So Truly Teach Me Tarot. Just type in on Google, Truly Teach Me Tarot, the sun, and you can read about exactly what this card means. And it's just the yes card in the tarot. It means like happiness and fulfillment and joy. I pull this a lot when someone just had an awakening. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going up to a new level in life, and like things are changing, and this is an exciting time for you. And it's just like you're alive and you're passionate and you're happy, and it's like you've graduated to the next level or something. And so it's kind of, that's what's happening with you right now. And I feel like this person is going to see that, this light in you. They're going to be drawn to that, because remember, this is a sensitive person. They're an empath. They're very open and receptive. You know, they've done a lot of healing, and so they're going to be attracted to that light in you. That's the main thing they're going to want to see, is that someone who is open and who's aware and who's conscious. And also, this is obviously, look at this, how beautiful this picture is. This is how they see you. You know, you're just this creatress, this goddess of love and wisdom, and you're very creative, and they probably like the way that you dress and the way you present yourself, and they feel like you're very graceful. And so there's a lot of symbolism here in this card. They love to go out into nature with you, and you're an artist, aren't you? I think we talked about that in your last reading, but they love it when you share your art with them. And so I feel like that's one of the reasons you're able to really connect with this person, is because of that. You feel more comfortable, you know, expressing that side of yourself. Now, your other questions that weren't related to the twin flame. Before we get into that, though, two cards came out, and they came out before I pulled the other cards, and so these came out from my personal deck, and I was just trying to draw one clarifier, and these just flew out. And I think your first question was, what do I do to what do I need to do to heal? Sorry, what do I need to heal my twin flame connection? And I think these cards kind of flew out for that. I'm getting that vibe. Like, these are cards that are going to help tell you more specifically what you can do to help heal this and bring this closer. This card is talking about healing your root chakra. So you might want to Google and look up healing the root chakra and meditations for that. Basically, this is about bringing light into that area and lessening your feelings of anger and like hopelessness and despair. I do feel some of that deep down within you. It's something you've pushed down, and this wants to be shown the light. And I feel like there's a situation in your life that it's been hard for you to turn around, and so, you know, you look to this person and this twin as this person who's going to save you. And I do see that they will, because they will, you know what I mean? This person is going to be there for you and is going to comfort you and is going to help you out of this. But I think that this is a challenge for you. What you're seeing in your life is actually an opportunity. You might not think that your life and what you're seeing now is an opportunity, but it is. This is one of my favorite concepts ever. It's the concept of alchemy, and this is a note card that I made to leave around my house when I was just learning this, because I was trying to remind myself that what I was seeing in my life was something that I could create and I could control. You know, sometimes you just feel like a victim to circumstance, and this card helps me remember that I can create whatever I want, you know? This says, an alchemist is someone who makes the best out of the worst and doesn't allow external events to govern their internal condition. Flip it around to work for you. So whatever you're seeing in your life right now, you know, you can flip it around to work for you. And